The Starters is presented by Jack Daniel's Old No. 7 and Tennessee Honey.
The biggest news of the trade deadline wasn't even a trade at all. Despite asking for the Pelicans to move him a few weeks ago, Anthony Davis was not traded before 3 p.m. today. The Lakers, as we know, reportedly offered everything but Jack Nicholson to acquire the All-Star, but AD remains in New Orleans. Now, there's a whole lot of questions coming off of this. The first one, do you think the Pelicans will regret not making the move with the Lakers, or do you like that they waited and try and get some suitors from other teams, some other packages, mainly the Celtics?
I like that they used the leverage that they had, and the leverage that they have is time. And they're a team that trades their first-round pick annually, and they went away from that. They're holding on, and they're going to wait until the Celtics have a package for them. I think that Lakers package, as juicy as it looks right now, will still be there because it's Anthony Davis.
Yes, this was the reported giant Lakers offer, like their last offer that they had thrown at them,
Yeah, the Pelicans weren't bullied into making a deal that wasn't the best for them. I think it makes sense for them to wait until the off-season to get as many different offers and as many different scenarios on the table as possible. Maybe they go back to this Lakers one. But
you think it'll still be there to some extent?
I think the fact that the Celtics was looming large, that offer, what they can offer with packages and young players and talent, is the one that made the Pelicans say, well, there's simply there's no point in us making this deal now when we maybe get someone like a Tatum and maybe a Zion Williamson.
That's the thing, the maybe. Do you trust Danny Ainge?
That's the only way that the Pelicans regret this is if Anthony Davis gets hurt, which then brings back less in return. If one of the trade targets they're looking at, Jason Tatum, if he gets hurt, that brings back a worse return. And if Danny Ainge is faking the funk and he doesn't really dangle that Jason Tatum, then you're running into problems. That being said, if that happens, you just turn back to the Lakers, like, hey, we're ready now.
Yeah, that's the safety net you've got there of the Lakers, how desperate they are to get him. Anthony wants to go there. We know that that's what he said. So why not just wait and almost play these teams off against each other? Allow teams to come in.
That's definitely the smart move. Only an idiot would think that Anthony Davis was getting traded to the Lakers.
A little sarcasm there, right? What do you think about, though, now what happens with Anthony Davis and the Pelicans? He's there. He has said he wants to play. They have kept him out the last couple of games. That made sense leading up to the deadline, but now he's still there. What's going to happen here? Are they just going to continue to sit him?
I guess they sit him. They would look like the most incompetent front office if he gets hurt. How could they ever be forgiven as a front office if he does get injured?
What about the backlash from maybe the NBA, from maybe obviously fans, possibly even Pelicans fans, though I know a lot of them say, no, he asked for a trade and don't play him now. But this is going to be a weird situation here, I think. We've seen teams get scolded a little bit from the league for resting like a Robin Lopez type of guy, let alone an Anthony Davis type of guy.
If I'm Pelicans ownership, I say bring on the scold. This is our business, and we're going to run it. And if the NBA has to have a 30-team vote to tell us to play our guy, go right ahead. But I don't understand how you risk it, how you risk your best asset out there.
Well, Davis says he wants to play, so it's a risk to him as well, because if he gets injured, then maybe he doesn't get that big contract that he's looking for. But I can understand that he wants to play, but the fact that they took him out of the intro video and they've kind of said, we don't want you here, is going to make things very awkward. Teams often sit players when they're out of the playoffs 10 to 15 games left to go in the season. So maybe they play him here for 10 or 15 games and just sort of meet halfway. Because
the Pelicans also don't want to be good this year because they want to have a better draft pick, higher odds to get their own.
They're not good when he plays, so...
And there has been mention, like Leah's saying, of Anthony Davis getting on some sort of schedule for playing some of these games and not necessarily all of them. Maybe it'll be similar to a Marc Gasol situation where he plays a few, then comes down with a minor injury and you shut him down. Hopefully they kept that Photoshop file so they can pop him right back into the video if he gets back out there.